Today on Brewing Around the Realm, I'm raiding the hops freezer. I'm bringing out all the hops I've got left. I'm going to brew up an IPA. Let's see what happens.
Find new and unusual craft beers with Tavour. There's no commitment and you only pay for the beer you want. Sign up today using the Brewing Around the Realm promo code below with a link in the description to save $10 on your first order.
This is Brewing Around the Realm. I'm Dave, your amateur brewmaster, and today I'm bringing all the hops to the table. I've got all the hops left in the hop freezer. I'm going to put all of these into an IPA, and we're going to see what happens. There's not a lot to talk about. This is a standard IPA recipe using American Pilsner malt. Let's get right to the recipe. Here are the ingredients for today's recipe. If you're looking for the grain, it is off in an airtight container, which I took to the local home brew shop to fill up. My local home brew shop only has bags, and they're only paper grocery store bags, so I have a airtight container that I'm going to be putting the grain in from now on. So I filled everything up in there. Today's grain bill is, I'll put this up on the screen for you, 11 pounds of American Pilsner malt, 1.5 pounds of Vienna malt, 0.75 pounds Munich malt, and 0.75 pounds of Crystal 40. In addition to that, we've got all of the hops out of the hop closet. I've got 007 Golden hops, which I'm going to use for bittering and flavor at the end. Chinook, Centennial. I have a 3 milliliter hop shot, which I'm going to throw in there for bittering as well. We're going to put some gypsum in. Whirlflock as always. Yeast nutrient, I'm going to put in a teaspoon of baking soda into the mash today. And our yeast for today is WLP 095 Burlington Ale yeast. I want to do something East Coast, and this is what my local homebrew shop had in stock. So let's get started and get our mash going. Step one, I always fill up the mash tun with boiling water to heat it up. I'm going to get that hot. I'm going to throw a teaspoon of baking soda into the mash water today. The ambient grain temperature for today is 59.5, which gives us a strike water temperature of 170.5. Step one, make sure your ball valve is closed. Got burned by that a couple of times before. Get your strike water in. The strike water volume is 14 quarts. You could go a little bit higher. I tend to use 1 quart per pound. Alright, get our bag in. Alright, the lid does come off of this container, so I'm just going to go for it and dump all this in here. Looks like our temperature is stabilized at around 150, maybe 151. So I think we're good. Let's close this up. Just the lid on the top here. I'm not going to be able to push that down. Mash time for today is 60 minutes. Come back to this every couple of minutes and give it a good stir. Don't forget you have to heat up your sparge water. Fill up your hot liquor tank and get that going while your mash is going. If you forget, you're going to be far behind, and that is not an easy way to catch up. So a teaspoon of baking soda really did help. I ended up with a pH of 5.5, which is right around where I wanted to go. I was shooting for maybe 5.4 or 5.5. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to be doing that from now on. Alright, our hour is just about up. I'm going to run our conversion test here. Let's see where we're at. Everything looks good there, so time to sparge and move on. As usual, I have to lift the bag up a little bit to break the suction on this. That gave me 2.5 gallons, and I need 7.5, so we got to get 3 more gallons out of this. Sparge water is at 170 degrees, and I'm going to fill this all the way to the top. And it's about 2.5 gallons. I'm going to be a little bit short. But I'll cut it there and just do another smaller sparge at the end. That gets 20 minutes. First sparge is ready to go here. Let's see how much we got. First sparge netted just under 5 gallons on top of the 2.5 we got from the first runnings. So I'm definitely going to have to do another sparge. So let's get that second sparge going. The second sparge did get me the 7.5 gallons I needed for today's batch. There's 6.5 in here, and I have a gallon in another pot. For this recipe, I'm using an ounce of 007 Golden Hops as my bittering agent for first wort. Got that in there, and here we go. End up with a little over 5 gallons in here and just about 2 gallons in here. And there's a little bit left, so I put it into this one, and I will eventually get all this back into here. I'll probably end up with a little bit left here. Target for today is 5.5 gallons, and I don't see any problem getting that into the fermenter today. I took a gravity reading. The pre-boil gravity reading is 1059. Which is very close. The final gravity reading, post-boil gravity for today, was 1061. So I don't see any issues with getting where this needs to go today. This should be up to temperature and boiling shortly. I will add our first addition of hops in at that point. I'm going to put that hop shot in at 60 minutes, which I've never used a hop shot before. Should be interesting. Alright, we're just up to a boil, so in goes our teaspoon of gypsum. And put the hop shot in. That's crazy. Like a gel almost. The next addition is with 20 minutes left, so I will set the timer and come back in about 40 minutes. 20 minutes left, in goes our ounce of Chinook. Make sure you stir that up a little bit and get those in there. 15 minutes, we get a whirl flop tablet and 5 teaspoons of yeast nutrient. 10 minutes left, an ounce of Centennial. Alright, flame out. In goes 0.42 ounces of 007 Golden Hops, because that's what was left in the package. Another ounce of Centennial. And another ounce of Chinook. Get the lid on and we'll get the cooling off. Got the wort cooled down. So I gotta filter that, get some of this hops out of there, get some of the fruit out. This also is a good way to aerate your wort, getting it into here, and saves some time when you're trying to get it into the fermenter later. I think I'm going to end up with more than I expected. I was shooting for 5.5 gallons. I'm going to end up with about 6, but I'm going to lose a gallon, give or take a little bit, due to hops and trub loss. So I think that's a good thing, and I'm not going to be concerned about it. I took another Brooks reading just to be sure, and it came out at 15.2, which is 1059, and I am completely happy with that. Make sure you sanitize everything and get this hooked up and get in the fermenter here. This ended up right at the 6-gallon line, which is really good. I probably could have boiled this a little bit longer and gotten a slightly higher gravity, but I'm very happy with this. Since the target was 1061 and I ended up 1059, I don't really have any issues with that. So let's get our yeast in. Sanitize the outside of the yeast packet here, and scissors. There's the yeast. Make sure I get all that in there. I did shake this up really good. I want to thank everybody for watching today's Brew Day. I can't do this without your support. Please remember to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Giving the video a thumbs up helps me get the word out. Don't forget to check out Tavour.com. Sign up using the promo code in the description below to save $10 off your first beer purchase. Happy brewing. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.